My name's Cathy Watson. I'm a pelvic health physiotherapist. I live and work in Vernon, British Columbia, Canada. I've been doing this for probably about 20 years. At the moment, I still have most of a brick and mortar style business. And that's why I joined Chen's group to make some changes.
What were you most frustrated with before the six-figure Speaking Makeover Mentorship for introverts?
Probably the lack of knowledge on how to make the change. I had already tried creating a couple of online courses and was seeing that it was much easier to create them, but then how to market them and how to go from step 1 to step 2 to step 3. That's what I was really finding frustrating. I would reach out to different marketers and I would look online at so many little courses that I would do and spend time on. And I didn't really ever get anywhere. I would make little changes, but nothing significant. So my frustration was, how do I go from where I am in the brick and mortar? I really want to teach more people at once about what I know and wanted to create courses because I love teaching, I love writing. And it was really about how do I do that?
Tell everyone how many years you've been in practice for.
About 20 years.
What was the turning point for you when you decided, okay, I'm going to do something about this?
When I kept trying to do the same thing over and over again, and what's the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I just wasn't going anywhere. I wanted to transition into a slightly different direction. And I just felt that I'm going to do the same thing again. I want to create this new course. And I'm going to have all this great fun creating it and feel really good about it. And then I'm going to put it out there and it's just going to sit there. And it just, I sell one here and there, but it's not the direction I want to go in. And I knew if I just keep doing the same thing, I'm going to stay exactly where I am.
As you were deciding whether or not to be a part of the six-figure Speaking Makeover Mentorship for introverts, any hesitation?
The hesitation was for sure. It is an investment. And so I think that's always the same hesitation with everyone. But I realized that if I keep doing the same thing, I'm just going to stay exactly where I am. I need that extra help. I tried so many other things and I just really felt pulled in this direction. I know what I want to do. I know I can do it, but I just know I can't do it by myself.
And what's changed for you that you're excited about?
Definitely my confidence level. That has, I always would, second guess myself and question myself and compare myself. And I think a lot of us do that when we're trying to, make a change and do something slightly different. And that definitely changed. I feel just way more confident. I feel super positive about the direction I'm going in. I feel like I get so much guidance and I get a lot of support. And that's what keeps me feeling so much more positive and confident. That's changed hugely for me.
Tell us a bit more about your practice, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the online course as well. First, tell us a little bit more about the services that you offer within the practice and how much you charge.
Yeah, so the services I offer right now are really one-on-one. It's primarily a pelvic floor physiotherapy practice where I treat men and women, sometimes kids. And it is one-on-one, so I'm charging about $135 for a 50-minute session, and then follow-ups are 40 minutes at $100. Well, $105 actually. I increased them by $5. So I can see I like being an introvert. I do like to have a little bit of extra time in between people. I don't like to feel rushed, and I don't like to be late. So I have my schedule set up now where I basically see 6 people a day on the hour, every hour, and I have my break in the middle. And that's basically about the best I can get it. I feel that I really, really like what I do, and I really like my clients, and I really like all the help that I can give them and what they get out of the sessions. But I do feel that I could do more of the same stuff, but with a larger group and slightly different.
So tell us about the online course topic that you decided to create an online course about. What inspired you to create something around that?
So I became more and more interested in hormones and menopause and what's happening to women as they transition through the 40s and 50s and into the 60s and beyond. I just found that when I was struggling myself, there was although there's a lot of information out there, it's not easy to find. It's not easily given to you. You'll get bits and pieces. And I found I wanted to know about so much more. I knew there was so much more to it. So I became incredibly interested in that area. And that's the direction I'm going in. I found that, like with my clients, I'm already dealing with that topic, just more from a vaginal pelvic health perspective, but it always branches off into other areas of their lives. And I just felt it was actually like a natural transition. So I've been working on creating a course, and it's going to be more of a group coaching. So I'll be able to have more people at once, but not a large group, where they can do a lot of the reading and work on their own. And then once weekly, we meet so that they can answer questions and make sure everything's understood. And I'll just be delving into several different categories with the whole perspective of just making sure that the information's out there from a trusted source. I do all my work, I do all the legwork for them, and then making sure that they have as much information as possible so that they can make the best informed decisions alongside their healthcare practitioners.
Yes, because you have a specialty in pelvic floor as well. And there are also aspects of your specialty that apply to women going through menopause that could make it more smoother of an experience too, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, because with the hormones changing, of course, they're affecting the pelvic health, but then they go, as we all know, they go far beyond that. So it just became kind of a natural progression. And I like to connect myself with North American Menopause Society because they stay connected to all the best research. I have access to all that great research. I can stay on top of what their mission statement is, what their best guidelines are. And so that gives me the best information that I can then deliver to my clients.
What do you like about the idea of educating people by speaking?
I think it's just a great way to get the information there, making yourself more available so people can hear your voice and have access to all the information. I think it's a great way, whether it's through online or if it's in person. It's just a nice way to deliver the information. People are there, they can ask questions, they have access to you. And it's just a great way to deliver that information.
What else has changed in your practice that you're excited about?
I think I'm starting to add more and more of that into my practice, and just knowing that as I develop these, my idea is to do maybe slightly less one-on-one, maybe slightly less in the brick and mortar idea, and then delving more into the online coaching, reaching more people and helping more people that way. So it's changing because I've been starting to incorporate more and more into my practice. And I've started doing some podcasts, and that's all been kind of happening through my connection with the 6-figure Speaking Makeover Mentorship, which I joined and just recently completed that. That helped so much. That's kind of got me, pushed into getting into these podcasts and doing in-person talks. And now being part of the mastermind, I'm just going to continue in that. I just feel like I get all that great support and guidance and step-by-step guidance, which I need, because I can get easily overwhelmed. You're looking at so many different directions to go into. And with the group support, it's just been super, super helpful.
Awesome. What was it like to have the done for you templates and scripts?
Having templates made up for me and scripts is makes it so much easier. I would see how I would write something out and I think, well, it's not too bad. And then I would have it critiqued, which was really helpful. And just little bits and pieces of changes here and there. And you really see how you can change things, make your point across better. And when you see it point by point, it becomes really clear how much, when I was writing things out, how much I was actually missing. So that's been super helpful.
Awesome. Yeah.
I've done talks in the past all about pelvic health. So now I'm talking more about hormones, but if I know my topic matter, then I'm not as nervous speaking in front of people as long as I know what I'm talking about. But I still realize now I'm designing my talks differently. And I think the people that are listening to them will get way more out of them because I'm going step by step. I'm following those templates and I'm just ticking off the points. Have I covered this? Have I covered that? So I just feel like my talks are getting better.
Wonderful. Yes. And it's also different to just give a talk, to give it to educate, and then also to be able to give a talk to educate and inspire new patients or clients to come from it.
Yes, absolutely. It's always great to have new clients come from your talks, to have your same clients hear stuff and maybe come back again as repeat clients. So it's a great way to do that as well. And then I use it also to, talk about my online course and how it could be beneficial for people and the way I follow the templates. And then that helps me make sure I don't sound too salesy, because yes, I'm selling something, but at the same time, it's because I want to help people.
How would you say that this is different from other business trainings that you might have been a part of in the past?
This is so much more. There's so much more. That's just more cohesive. I love the way there's weekly in the six-figure Speaking Makeover Mentorship. There's every week you're together. Then you have, half days, some on weekends. It wasn't too much. I mean, you're dedicated, you're committed. And I felt like that part keeps me going. It keeps me, every week I was accomplishing something because I knew I was on these phone calls and Zooms and I wanted to get the most out of it. So I feel like that's like a huge strength of the program. It covers so many different areas and it's super, super supportive. It's not just one little piece. It's like an all-inclusive program. And I think that's what makes the big change.
Awesome. And what's your vision for your practice and your business that you're excited about?
Yeah. So since being in the six-figure Speaking Makeover Mentorship, I'm doing more talks. I'm back into doing more talks and podcasts, and that's really propelled me forward. I'm kind of laying the groundwork. I'm completing the chapters in my online course, but I'm just feeling really confident and really driven in that direction. I feel really positive about it. So my vision is definitely long-term to be doing maybe little to no brick and mortar, but doing a lot more teaching of larger groups of people online. And so I just feel like once I get this going, and I'm halfway there now, then I'll just keep going. I can see just keep going. It's never ending.
Yes, it's just fun to be and doing something that you're passionate about, and then also be able to reach people all over to teach them and educate them on these things that could be so helpful for them. So
yeah, I feel like I've always loved my work. I love what I do, but sometimes change is okay too. And I just love writing. I love teaching. So I thought this is a perfect blend. And I know, I've probably already said that doing it on my own just doesn't work well for me. It wasn't working. So being part of a group has just been super, super helpful. I just feel like I'm on the right path now.
yay. And if you knew then what you know now, what advice would you give?
I would say don't hesitate. I hesitated too long. I just tried so many different little things. And I know sometimes that's what makes sense to people. Like you think, well, I'll just do a little thing here. I'll just do a little thing there and I'll get what I need from that. But if I'd done this earlier, I would be that much further ahead. And so I feel like don't hesitate. If you know in your gut, it's your passion, it's what you want to do. You feel good about it. You're driven that way. You just know, you just know that you can do it. It's just that you're not quite doing it on your own. You need a bit of help. I would say you need to go all in. I feel super good that I joined the mastermind group. I feel supported. I just feel like I'm just going to keep going. I can see sometimes when I hear from other people and they're in their second year, I can see why that can happen, because once you start accomplishing what you want to accomplish, you can just keep going. And so why not stay? And with all the great support and guidance you're getting, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yay. Yes. Since the six-figure Speaking Makeover Mentorship, now you're part of our Introverted Visionaries Mastermind. So exciting times ahead.
Yes.
So
I'm super excited.
And what would you say to someone who might be on the fence?
Just jump off that fence, go in. You got to be all in. If you know what you're passionate about, you want to do it, you can do it. I think that's huge. And you kind of know that in your gut. Yes, I can do this. Then just do it. You just dive right in, because you won't regret it. You'll get so much out of it and you'll get so much further ahead.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to share, and congratulations. Thanks, and for those of you who are in a place where your practice is at a plateau and you just know that you're capable of so much more and you would love to grow in a way that feels really good and grows faster too, then you're welcome to go to introvertedvisionary.com. Click on the link and book a free chat with us. And we look forward to seeing how we can help you grow faster.